we doing? Why are we here? Why am I wearing a hoodie and a beanie cap? Am I going to rob Hackamania? Is the heist on? Ocean's 11, Vegas? What's going down? Lots of questions. Who's got answers? Holy balls. What are we doing? Are we doing it? We're doing it. Are we having it? We're having it. What's going on, everybody? It's the Z-Man, Florida's most wanted, Florida's greatest, the Lawson's chip dip consumer, the man in black, Mr. I-75, the has-been baller, the Lawson's, I already said all that. It's the Mud Shark. Coming live from Tampa, live and direct in full effect, erect. If I get gifted memberships, I will get erect. I will get a boner. That's happening. We're doing that. Good to be here, everybody. Early start today. I told you I was going to come back today after a wonderful snipe of Ray. Holy shit, is Ray losing it. As soon as Ray hears I'm watching him, he just freaks out. I buried you in that roast. I buried you. Your 36-page criminal record where you got arrested on one. Every time, the same thing. I'm just going to do all the roast jokes. Nobody gives a fuck about that roast, Ray. Nobody. I was over that roast 2 days later. Just like the dry bar special, I knew it was never going to do anything. My only challenge with that dry bar special was, let me see if I could work 30 minutes clean and get some work out of it. That's it. That's it. Because by the time I got my dry bar special, you got yours a couple months after mine. Keith Stubbs was just giving them out. If Keith has heard of you and you send him a 5-minute clip and you're working clean, he's like, all right, good enough for me. The days of dry bar making it are over. There's millions and millions of hits on other dry bar specials. I think a handful of people blew up from it. I was never under the delusion I was going to blow up. Ever. I just knew it wasn't going to happen. I just wanted the credit. I wanted the challenge, and I did it. You know? It was just another credit. Your only credit. Ray DeVito from Dry Bar. Hey, Dave Stroop. Dave, hey. I got a dry bar. It's got over 100,000 hits. Give me a Sunday. I can sell tickets now. Fast forward. Ray, we got to cancel your show. You sold 6 tickets. I knew that. I knew it the whole time. You never hear me talk about my dry bar. You never. I did it the first week. I promoted it. Told people. I'm not happy with it. It's fine. It's whatever. As soon as I saw the first cut, I was just like, yeah, this ain't going to do anything. It was mic'd terribly. I'm a white guy in my 40s. I know what it is. I know what it is. Am I going to be the next Nate Bargatze? No. I don't want to work squeaky clean for an hour. And I like Nate. I just want to get a couple of high-paying corporate gigs, which I did. I got a corporate agent. That's it. Cool. Yeah, throw dry bar on a poster. Cool. I'm not going to talk about it or promote it. Did you see my dry bar special? In fact, I don't want you to see it. They put a couple clips out. It's got like 60, 70,000 views. Fine. They released my dry bar special. They didn't release Chad's. That's exact quote from Ray DeVito. They released my dry bar special, but they didn't release Chad. Who cares, Ray? Do you think dry bar was like, this is gold. We got to get it out there. You know how many dry bar specials being shot yearly? I mean, we didn't get our dry bar until like a year and a half later. Give you an idea. I shot mine when it was, you remember we were doing the COVID attendance, 50%, 75%. We were 75% capacity when I shot mine. I avoided all the COVID jokes. And I was just like, let's do this. And it did its thing, Ray. Right. We don't care about your dry bar and your 2 number 1 specials that were never number 1 on anything. They're number 1 in your mind. Go subscribe to Franklin Scheckler's channel. He just released part 3 of Sideswipe. Gives you a great idea who Ray DeVito is, the guy I've been telling you about, the guy I've been warning you about. And you can see his web of lies. The guy's constantly lying. I mean, he's never telling the truth. Never. He's never telling the truth. It's always just a blatant lie or an exaggeration of what really happened every single time. It's not in him. It's just not in him. If you guys want to check out the Ray DeVito show, episode 8 or 7, it's up on my Patreon right now. I did it last night. It was a 2-hour episode. It was a banger, what the kids say. It was a banger, and it pissed Ray off. He lost his cool. It's great watching him because you know why? Everyone's trolling him, and he's so oblivious to it. His chat's trolling him. His guests are trolling him. He's trying to do a show. He's just picking up things he heard other people say. Pick up a pen. Chad can't do a show. He needs me for a show. Hi, Chad. Hi, Chad's lawyer. He's a good egg. Whatever he heard, he's a jukebox. Ray is a jukebox. Put a quarter in, press play, and sometimes he'll just actually sing a song like a jukebox. I get knocked down. I get up again. It's driving me out of my mind. That girl is hard for me to find. Belle Biv DeVoe, right? Sometimes I feel I've got to get away. Soft Cell. I know them. I love that song. They like me. Anyways, this isn't the Ray DeVito show. This is my victory lap. Loving that I get in Ray's head. Love it. Love that I expose him and his grifting. I mean, guys like Borgo, Leo Gunn, you guys got to quit super chatting him. You know, you're flushing your money down the toilet. You just are. I'm sorry, you are. You are. I mean, how long has he had a leak in his tire? How long has he not lived somewhere on his own? How many times is he going to drink himself to sleep? Look at that Franklin Scheckler video. He's on Keith and the Girl. He drinks 6 to 7 beers a night to go to sleep. I know, like, Melton has the joke, oh, Chad's drunk all the time, and you guys ran with it because you're fucking idiots, all of you. But it's simply not true. Ray is true. Ray drinks every single night to go to sleep. No one calls him out on it, except for me. Except for me. Hit the like button. What are we doing here? But that's up there right now. I haven't checked the chat. Beloved chatters in the chat, he says, Ray got a new tire. It was $64. I mean, what kind of tire did he get for $64? I got new tires. My tires were like $135. Where are you getting a $64 tire? Huh? I mean, yeah, he'll go buy a brand new throwback Jim Brown jersey for 150 or brand new LeBrons for 200, but he'll get a $64 tire. He has to be at the airport 6 a.m. He has to drive an hour and a half instead of getting a $75 hotel, which we looked up on the show yesterday. He could have got a hotel as low as $60 with shuttle service to and from the airport for free. But no, he was like, I gotta sleep on a friend's couch and park my car at my friend's and inconvenience my friends. I mean, we call it out. Dislabeled's been a member for 14 months, everybody. Wow, Dislabeled. Boy, do we go back. Do we got stories, Dislabeled? You and I, man, we've been through it all. Ryan McCarthy. The mediocre rise of Ski Mask and his from him moving to Texas to Connecticut, back to Texas to getting arrested. We've seen it all. To Gino And Compound Media getting shut down and Gino losing co-hosts left and right. We've been through it all. You have the same mods as Stevie Lou? Disavow. I do? I do. Aren't you a mod? I'll make you a mod. How about that? Let's make Dislabeled a mod. I think you were originally a mod, or what happened? I can't keep up. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Let's make you a mod. Let's find out. And we'll make you a mod. In the meantime, hit the like button. We're at 29 likes. That's disgusting. That is gross. I'm better than 29 likes. You guys know it. I know it. Come on, everybody. Come on. Dislabel, leave something in the... Oh, there you are. Look at this. Boom. Standard moderator, Dislabeled. You're welcome. That's just for loyalty, my friend. Dislabeled. The Marshall Gino situation is great stuff. Two losers crying about how they can't be friends anymore. Incredible. Yeah, I got a message from Marshall on my DMs on Instagram saying, you blocked me on Twitter. Can you unblock me? I thought we were cool. And I got to be honest with you guys, on Twitter, I don't pay attention. Sometimes it's just a lot of noise. I'm going through my app mentions and I'm just like, Chad sucks. You know, Chad's credit card. And I just delete, block. Who? Block. I don't pay attention. So if I blocked you, it's not even anything personal. And if you really need unblocked, just send me a message. I mean, Twitter's stupid, in my opinion, but people seem to live and die by it. Holy shit, Galactic Wrestling Federation's been a member for 14 months. Yes. Yes. Show me the money! Chad rules. Ray stinks. I'll always read those. Justin Kemball's been a member for 2 months. Welcome, Justin. When are you and Steel Toe teaming up to stick it to Carl, who zits? When are you and Steel Toe teaming up to stick it to Carl? We're going to get into it. I got a lot of video, including Carl. I have a lot of opinions to weigh in on. Carl's sticking it to himself. Steel Toe's spiral. I mean, it's going to be fun watching what the fuck happens to Steel Toe, man. Holy shit. Can he keep his mouth shut? Can you please shut the fuck up? Do you realize you're ruining whatever little thing you have? I know you got that dopamine drip and you're addicted to those views and super. Listen, when I get views and super chats, I get pumped up. It's fun. It's cool. You know, the day David Chandler gave me $1,000 to jump in a pool, I'm like, yeah, this is fucking crazy. It's fun. You get a charge out of it. Who won it? But like last week when we broke the story, which I broke on Kevin's podcast, I knew it was going to be big. I knew everyone was going to be covering it. I was in Phoenix. I had shows and a vacation planned around it. And I could easily have capitalized on that because the very next day I went live for an hour. And no, I went live for 45 minutes. Within 45 minutes, I made over $150. I could have kept going, but Kevin called me over to his podcast. I thought it was necessary to run a victory lap since we made a lot of money doing it. And it was a lot of fun. And from there, I shut it down. I got a lot of requests from people to go on their podcast. And I'm like, I'm doing shows. I'm on vacation. Sure, I could capitalize a little bit on this, but it's going to go away. And sure enough, that's exactly what's going on. Aaron's getting those views. He's getting the super chats. And I'm understanding it's slowly coming down because he got overexposed. He pulled a Ray DeVito. He went on too many podcasts. He was talking way too much. And people got tired of it and they're getting sick of it. And you go, why are you talking about it today? I took a couple days off. You need a breather. I'm not going to do a 5-hour program, shoving it all down your throat. I'm going to mix it up. I'm not going to just sit there and watch Steel Toe the whole time. We're going to show little clips and we're going to talk about it and move on. Stick and move, stick and move. Like I said, this is not going away anytime soon, but it's not going to be my show like it is Melton's. It's not going to be the whole show. We're going to cover a little bit, and then we're going to move. We're going to say a couple things, and then we're going to move on. So, Justin, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Hey, everybody, it's Chris Miller, 5,000. Thanks for the $10. We appreciate it over here at. Put this towards your dental bills. What's the verdict with Schomburg Show, Chris Miller? Yeah, I got an email. That's on. I have a to-do list right here of things I got to do. So the next 2 weeks before I take off for Utah, I'll be at Wise Guys with the great Nick Swartzen. I'll be there June 14th through the 16th. I'm actually getting in on the 12th. That's a little over 2 weeks away. Well, a little under 2 weeks away. So the 12th and 13th, I'm just going to be hanging out in Utah with Nick, doing a little skiing, a little blow. And then we got our shows, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. I think one of the shows is sold out already on Saturday. 2 shows Sunday. I fly out Monday late. So I know how I am when I'm on, like, in another state. I'm on location. I'm doing shows. I'm not necessarily in podcast mode. I know some people can do it. I can't. I want to just focus on one thing. If I'm doing sold out shows in Utah, one of the greatest clubs in the country, one of them, we can name a lot of them. Denver Comedy Works, Washington DC. I can't speak. Washington DC Improv, and Wise Guys downtown Utah. I want to just focus on make sure those shows are good. I'm doing my job. I'm doing a strong 25 in front of Nick, getting the audience on board. You know, making a name for myself, getting a couple fans, setting the table. So I want to make sure those shows are good. So during the day, I'm writing, I'm coming up with tags. The last thing I want to do is watch Steel Toe and Carl. I mean, I'll do something when I'm in Utah, but I'm not going to be focusing on it. So I know what I'm going to do. So the next 2 weeks, I got a to-do list of things I got to do. I got to contact comedy clubs. I'm going to contact Schomburg. I'm going to fill in some dates, hopefully route some work around the upcoming tour with Nick. And I'm going to do some stuff with the podcast. I got a lot to do. But I'll let you know. You'll be the first to know, Chris. Thank you very much for the super chat. As for my health, everybody, a lot of people have been asking because I didn't sleep for over 24 hours. Some people were speculating. I finally got to bed around 2 last night. I woke up at 8:30. I'm still a little tired, a little jet lag from the time difference and the flight over. And I start getting the sniffles. That's why I'm wearing the beanie cap and the sweatshirt, because I'm getting a cold. Because right now in Florida, Tampa, Florida, it gets hot out. It gets fucking hot. And then you're going in and out of air conditioning. So I'm getting a cold from that. So that's why I'm wearing what I'm wearing in the middle of summer in Florida. Oh, thank you, Catherine. You've been a member for 3 months. Look at you guys. Go to your membership tabs, accept gifted memberships. Go down by the $, accept gifted memberships. Nothing gets me hard like gifted memberships. I want to be like Nick Rekieta in a hot tub. I want to be hard as a rock. Then I want to swap wives. We'll do cocaine. We'll buy guns. We'll get weird tattoos on our chest. And just get really creepy. We'll groom young women, naive women. And Aaron in April 100% gravitates toward Nick Rekieta because they wanted views. They wanted eyes on them. They wanted the clout. Apparently, Nick Rekieta was a big deal in the podcast community. I had no idea who the fuck he was until a couple months ago. And I even got a Patreon message from Melissa. Melissa says, you were right about Nick Rekieta being a creep. You said it months ago. I did. I call it. I go, this guy's a creep. Sure enough, he was a creep. But I've seen that stuff happen a lot. I've seen people suck up to people for clout, try to get in with them. And that's exactly what Aaron and April were doing. They saw his subscribers. They saw his views. They saw his super chats. They saw him on Chrissy Mayer's show. They saw him on all these shows. They're like, yeah, let's get in with the Rekietas. And then Our show's going to blow the fuck up, man. We'll have like 100,000 subscribers. What's that? He wants to fuck you? All right, that's what we got to do. That's how Hollywood is. There's a comedian. I'm not going to name their name. You know who they are. This was years ago. I worked with him one weekend. He's a lot bigger than what he was then. And I remember him going, hey, man, do you like to party? And I'm like, yeah, man, I like to party. I'm dumb. I don't know what he means by that. He's like, well, can you score us some? I go, score some what? He's like, ha, ha, ha. I really didn't know what he's talking about. And he goes, you know what I'm talking about, you know. He's like, and I'm like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, I was like, yeah. And I was thinking to myself, you know, if I got this guy coke, he'd probably take me on tour with him. He'd probably want to hang out with me. But I was like, nah, I don't do cocaine. And if you do cocaine, that's fine. Whatever. It's your life. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's just not my thing. I'm not a drug guy. I never have been. Never tried them. You can say I'm a square. I'm a loser. But check out my drinking records, everybody. Look at the damage I did with drinking. Let's bring other substances in. Let's see what happens if I try this, that, and that. That's why we're like, when I don't drink, people are like, you just smoke pot, bro. Just smoke pot. I'm like, how about I just don't do anything? How about I do nothing? Why do I have to have my mind altered all the time? I'd rather go run on a treadmill for 30 minutes and feel that high. It's a little bit healthier. Well, anyways, I told the guy, I was like, you know what? I don't do that. It's not my thing. And he gave me this weird look, and he was just kind of weird to me all weekend. I was like, oh, I just blew my chances of getting work. But Steel Toe, on the other hand, in April, they were like, we can get in if we start doing coke and Molly and swinging. We could build an empire in our own backyard. Now what? It all backfired. Johnny Payton loves Ray DeVito. Still down to blow with Ape on a tour bus in Winnipeg. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go. Is she allowed to do cocaine now? I mean, it's out of control, man. It's wacky. Thank you for the super chat. I'm way behind on the chat, so I don't know what the hell you guys are saying. I'm scrolling through. Hopefully you're having a good time in there. T-Gun just says, Earl Skakel? What about Earl? He's here right now.
Hello.
By the way, Earl's the only guy to watch at Hackamania. He's the only stand-up show or the stand-up comedian that's worth watching in Hackamania. Everyone else is going to be garbage. Pat's going to be garbage. Patrick Melton's going to be garbage. Ray's going to be garbage. I know Ray's going to be garbage because even if he's not even going to do his best stuff because he knows it's being recorded. He knows people are going to be taping him. So he's going to try to do crowd work and it's going to be a shit show. It's going to be a shit show. Speaking of Carl, let's go to Carl. Because I saw this. This is interesting. Of course, Carl's jumping in on this steel toe heat. He's an opportunist. He wants to be a part of it. He had months and months and months to jump in. He was torn. But now he's all over it, calling Aaron a piece of shit, a loser. And this is Carl to a T. What I'm about to play for you right now. And I said this exactly. Carl's setting Aaron up to shit on him. He sees an opportunity. He sees a buck. So now Carl set it up so he can shit on him. And I'm going to play evidence of that right now.
Wants to hurt them every way he can.
Here we go.
But he's coming across like a shithead. And I got to say, I called it. Everyone's saying that I fucked up by saying this was a work. But here's what I said. In my notes, I said, if this is all really happening.
First of all, he said, in my notes. He takes notes. What a fucking loser. Listen, I know you guys like this stuff. You find entertainment. But I'm not taking notes, dude. You think I'm going to take notes and waste my fucking time on this? Notes? It's in my notes. Yeah, Carl, you're a dork. Yeah, I guess Ray DeVito's impression of me is correct. He's a dork. He's a dork. This guy's a dork. He is. In my notes. So he set it up. He says it's a work, but if it's not,
and this is the way Aaron's handling it, then this man is so far gone, there's no saving him. This is a personality disorder. I said, if Aaron isn't doing a work, then he's absolutely a horrible person. He's basically saying April and him got into coke. Then he then realized he needed to stop because he's a father of 3 and April didn't stop. And it turns out that's exactly what he was saying.
Yeah, I think you were actually hoping it was a work just because it was the lesser of 2 evils.
Correct.
Correct.
That is very correct.
Correct. Here's a drinking game for you. Drink every time Carl says correct. Correct. I picked up on that. If somebody, one of his ball washers in his wood paneling basement goes, they'll make us a point or say something that agrees with Carl. He's like, correct. Correct. Like he's a substitute teacher. Correct, Chris, the producer. Correct. So he's just proving what I said before. He set it up. He says, he set it up. If this isn't a work, I think it's a work. I think it's a work. I really do. Because why would he do this? Why would he do this? But if it is, but if it isn't, he's the biggest piece of shit there ever was. He's the biggest piece of shit garbage he said this time. He knew he was giving himself an excuse to go after him. Literally was setting up an excuse to go after him like he did with me and when Chrissy and everybody was piling on. Carl always likes to rewrite history. We were fine after those podcasts. We emailed a few times. He never talked about me, barely talked about me. But when he saw Chrissy and Steel Toe and all them piling on, he set it up so he can come after me. And he's doing the exact same thing he did to me to Steel Toe now. So here comes the coverage. Here comes the new Stuttering John coverage of Steel Toe from Carl and Chris, the producer.
So now, like I said, Aaron on his show, he had Gino on his show on Monday morning, and he's telling every detail of every time they used drugs together and every time that Nick brought drugs over to his house and he had to yell at him, and then April would get upset, and then April chose drugs over her marriage and all this shit that's just like, you don't need to have any of these details out.
It's a great look.
All these drug-fueled arguments and fights that they would get into, and I mean, it just goes on and on and on. It's too much.
I wish I had it with me. I wish I could play Content House where Aaron and April were Skyping in with Carl, Cumia, and Gino and watching them suck each other off. It's fucking beautiful. I love it. I love it. Watching Carl and Steel Toe suck each other off with Gino and Cumia and Chrissy. It's fucking great. It's great. And now look at them. Just turning on each other. Ed Gier says everyone in Chrissy's circle is criminal. And you gotta love how Chrissy's just throwing these people under the bus. These people have no soul. These people have no soul. They don't give a fuck. They're using each other. And if you think Aaron's a good guy right now, he's not. He's not. I mean, he's throwing everyone under the bus, giving out every detail. That's where I will agree with Carl. You don't have to express everything you did because at the end of the day, dude, if you were such a good guy, you would be thinking about your situation, your family. What do you think? I don't know how old Aaron's kids are. I have a good idea, but I know this day and age when kids get older, they're not reading. They're going to YouTube, TikTok. So they pull up anything on their dad and former stepmom. It is littered. I mean, littered with this garbage, this white trash, middle of American garbage. Just dirty, filthy details of swinging, coke, walking around naked, living with each other, sleeping in each other's bed. Like, it's just fucking and the kids are going to be watching this. So good luck with your short grift here, Steel Toe. Good luck. Way to think long term because you see the views and you see the numbers. And granted, this is going to go on for a while, but I will agree with Carl. Like, you don't have to reveal every single detail. I mean, I love that you're doing it. I love a train wreck. I love watching it and going, ha 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 ha. You're dumb. You remember when you called me dumb? Look at you. Look at you. I gotta start taking notes. Justin Kimball says the kids will find the Mud Shark videos. Let some, I mean, it's out there. They have no problem putting shit out about me. The Klein host is on a 7-day ban on Twitter, but it's almost over. In case you're following him, I'm just giving the update. I'm reporting. Al Jolson says Patrick Melton copied the turn from Red Bar, who has the quote-unquote rift. McLeod says no one thinks Aaron is a good dude. I know. I mean, he's a car salesman. He's a total car salesman on the internet. And that's what he should be doing, is selling cars. I'll be honest with you. Doodle says Aaron is the worst. He won't shut up. I agree. Anastasia says Narc Carl. Of course. Mr. Farty says Aaron's wife might be a crack whore, but at least she's not 90. Carl, hashtag mom wife. Ha 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 ha. Carl can't have kids because she can't have babies. Her uterus is dry. We didn't want kids. We didn't want kids. We wanted to go to DabbleCon and Star Wars Con without kids. Thanks for everybody that's watching right now. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. If you want to gift memberships, it's very, very appreciated. If you want to get a membership, do that also. But I also have a backup. Well, it's not a backup. It's just your second option is to sign up to my Patreon, patreon.com/sitdownzumock, where you get video and audio and special perks. Somebody asked, where's Mondays with Mazer? We couldn't get to it this week because I was traveling. Last week, Tony was traveling. So what we're going to do is we're going to pre-tape Mondays with Mazer tomorrow afternoon. It's not going to be live, and we're just going to put it on Patreon. And that might be the way going forward. It might just be on Patreon from this day forward instead of live. Because, it's not really a moneymaker, and it's just me and Tony doing our thing. But if you want to be a $100 sponsor over on Patreon, it's a hell of a deal. We're going in the month of June here. I think you should take advantage of it. A lot of people have. Well, now that people aren't taking advantage of it. I think the only one that took advantage of it was Shawnetta with his friend Carol's single, Mystified. Carol Durant. Sorry. I'm reading my notes. But we also have Ken Mosca. We lost the great David Chandler. And David Chandler, you're out there. Thank you for your contributions, and I hope you're doing well. I'm not going to... He hates me. He hates me. He deleted his Patreon because he hates me. No. I understand what's going on. Jared Thompson, Stu John, Twinkle Ho 99, Randy P, Jack, Anthony, Craig T, Big Papa, Bob R. You guys are the ones. We'll fix the intro for next month. A lot of you guys are staying on board. I do appreciate it. And shout out to all the high rollers. Casey Armstrong's hairline. Who gets married if you don't want kids? That choice wasn't yours, Carl. Hashtag old mom dry vagina. Oh, great. Serial killers here. What mood is he in? What bipolar mood is serial killer in today? That music's awful. Who would even play it at Lilith Fair? Hell, and Lilith Fair is exactly where Gino loves to go. Remember when he says he loves to go to Lilith Fair? That's his thing. So to answer your question, Gino. Gino is the one. Excuse me. Let me get a sip of water, guys. Not perfect, $2. Shark. Just me, or does Stevie Lou add nothing to MLC? I gotta be honest with you, full disclosure. I know Stevie Lou's really calmed down talking shit about me. I mean, he went strong for 3 years. I don't really watch when he's on. I don't think he's very authentic. I don't think it's coming from a genuine place. I think he's desperately been trying to seek community. He's tried to pair up with Ski Mask, tries to pair up with Quadfather, John. He's burned a lot of people, and now Kevin's like the only one left. I'll never understand why Kevin's so protective of him. I'll never understand that. You know, like anything goes with me, but you mention anything remotely negative about Stevie Lou's wife, it's like you get banned, you get blocked. You got to block the super chat. But yeah, I don't really watch when he's on, honestly. I'm not a big fan. I'm not going to talk shit on him because I'm not looking for a back and forth with him. I'm not looking for a rivalry. Like, he's always trying to get something going with me, and I'm just not interested in it. I just don't give a fuck. I literally don't hate the guy, but at the same time, it's just like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but that's just everything's subjective. People like things, people don't like things. It is what it is. You know, you can like whoever you want. There's people that don't like me. But the difference between that, Ray, and me is I don't suck up to you guys. If you don't like me, let's keep it that way. I'm not going to try to turn you. I mean, Patrick Melton was fucking awful towards Ray DeVito. I mean, terrible. And Ray refused to say anything negative. In fact, he sucked up to him, kissed his ass, got onto Hackamania to get trolled. So have fun to everyone going to Hackamania. That's going to be a blast. I can't wait for all the clips to come out. I mean, who doesn't want to see this? You're trying to tell me, how long has Patrick Melton been doing comedy? Well, I know he's been doing podcasting for 25 years, and he's been an off and on comedian the whole time. But you're trying to tell me in 20 years, the best lineup he could put together is Earl, Tukey, Pat, Ray, and Carl. How long has he lived in Vegas? 10 years? Because let's look at this lineup, everybody. This is your lineup. Pat Dixon, Ray DeVito, Earl Skakel. He's really good at accessing tickets and making money for pay-per-views. The VIP ticket was $300. $300. The all-access ticket was $139. Friday only was $50. Drink deals, not even free drinks, drink deals. Saturday's $100. I mean, this is dumb. For this $300 ticket, you get a VIP festival badge, a pre-show mixer, reserved seating. I mean, it's a ripoff. I mean, 3 of these guys have day jobs. 2 of these guys don't do stand-up comedy. Or 3 of these guys don't do stand-up comedy. But you're not even getting free drinks. You're not even getting free food. You're getting discounted beverages. You're not getting the hotel for free. You're paying for flights, hotel. I mean, it's terrible. I'm sorry. I know if you're going and you're like pissed I'm saying this. Thursday, today, they're having a big Hackamania pre-show party at the Brewdog. Food and drinks on the strip. Not free. Got to pay for them. And it's a meetup. You know Patrick loves his meetups. He's a big fan of the meetup. I know you guys Melton Simps are so pissed. But don't you want to be a part of this? You could be sitting there watching Patrick eat and not talk. Because I mean, I've been around the guy. I stayed with him in a condo for 4 days. He doesn't talk. He just sits there, giggles, and vapes. But yeah, you could be doing that tonight. Friday, oh my God. Starts at 5. VIP ticket holder registration. Wow. Reception, sorry. 6:30. The big problem in the universe with Dick Masterson and Vito who? What the hell is that podcast? So at least he got something outside the Hackverse. I don't know who they are, the biggest problem in the universe, but go watch that live. Then 8 o'clock, you got the Hackamania kickoff comedy show where you can see Melton, who hasn't done stand-up in 4 years, Pat, who hasn't done stand-up in 4 years, Ray, who's terrible, who's not going to do any of his real bits, and then Earl, Comedy Store regular, who'll probably be the best one there. So that's going to be good. Then they got the open mic, Win Earl's Money. That's going to get old real quick. And then karaoke at midnight. Holy shit, is Cumia going to be there? Oh my God, karaoke. Can I buy a pay-per-view ticket to watch the karaoke? Saturday's the big show. This is the $100 show that you paid for. At 3 o'clock, Rock Bottom Podcast with Ray DeVito, everybody. You get to see Ray do his podcast live. The only thing interesting about that is they might just be trolling him the whole time. Well, go get your ticket for $100 to see this.
Yeah.
Then at 4:30, you got the Creep Off with Vinny and Carl from Who Are These Podcasts. And if you ever seen the Creep Off live, they barely cracked 200 viewers. Barely. Nobody gives a fuck about the Creep Off. No one's watching the Creep Off. That's my Mondays with Mazer. 6 o'clock, you got Nobody Likes Onions live with Patrick Melton and Tukey. Holy shit. Got to tune in for that. It's going to be awkward as fuck. 8 o'clock, the big show, the one you all paid for. Who Are These Podcasts live with Carl and special guest. I'm sure everybody's going to be there. They're going to be playing clips of me, Kevin, Stuttering John. You're not going to want to miss it. And they're going to comment on it. And 10 o'clock, you got Tukey Soup wrap-up show with Pat Dixon. Holy shit, get your tickets. I mean, Skankfest doesn't even charge $300 tickets. Jesus Christ. Skankfest, you can see David Tell, Legion of Skanks, Tim Dillon, Mark Norman. I mean, it's going to be a fucking disaster. And you're like, oh, you're just angry. You're not going. No, I'm not. No, you're not. Flat Cat. I got your message. I didn't read all of it. I'll read it right now. Why are you ignoring me in the chat? I'm not, you dummy. When have I ignored you? Flat Cat. I didn't ignore you. You're extra live streaming this weekend? We need content. Am I extra live streaming this weekend? We need content. Maybe. I think so. I have all weekend off. I have all weekend and next week off. So I'm really going to try to double down on a lot of podcasting just because I'm going to be in Utah. And like I explained earlier in the podcast, I don't like podcasting and doing stand-up at the same day while doing other things. It's just I focus. I'm like a stormtrooper. I'm tunnel vision. I can't see past my right. I can't see past my left. Not a very good multitasker. It's always been a problem for me. You know, some people can do it. I mean, Ray DeVito can do it. I mean, Ray DeVito is a fucking genius. He can go live every night at 10 punks and still do stand-up and still go to LA Fitness. Did I give away your gym? And yes, Ray, it'll always be hilarious that you got your gym membership canceled. I'm not for you getting your stand-up shows canceled. That's where you make your money. But the fact that you got your gym membership canceled for causing problems in the gym and then fat shaming a woman at Planet Fitness, the no judgment zone, is hilarious. Since you chose Planet Fitness at 4 o'clock over getting $100 to $150 from Kevin Brennan co-hosting a show from 4 to 6. You couldn't figure it out. You could not figure out how to work out during the day or later that night. He's so addicted to his own routine that he can't break it. He can't break his routine. So he sacrificed a bigger audience, his relationship with Kevin Brennan, money so he can run on a treadmill and make fun of women and yell at little boys for drinking beer in the locker room. That was more important to him. Thanks for the $2. Jessica. Hit the like button. Where are we at on likes? You remember when I started that and everyone else took it, like Melton? Chris Mack, handling business, Flat Cat. Why this knob unpolished then? What? Shaunetta's here. Hey, Chad, I'm late to the party again. Well, you're not. Man, I'm getting a cold. Who gets a cold in Florida? This guy. Dick Fitzwell says we're only at 50 likes. Hit the like button. Nate J 9674. Ray canceled himself. Cal says, hey, Chad from Canada. FKA Mammy says, too much traveling. Yes, it is too much traveling. I definitely got jet lagged, and lack of sleep and time zones really fucked me up. I used to do this every weekend, man. I literally did this every fucking weekend, and now, well, COVID obviously fucked shit up, and I didn't really travel as much as I used to. I mean, I was doing it for 10 years nonstop. Yeah, I was like Ray. I was living in airports. I was in and out, renting cars, cheap hotels, one time zone. When I was living in LA, I was flying out of LAX every weekend to go somewhere. Now that I'm 49 and I've had some time off and I got a routine and I got like a healthier lifestyle, I'm not built for it. I'm not that guy. I'm just not built. I mean, excited to be doing these Swartzen dates because they're going to be sold out, and Nick takes care of you. He like picks up everything, pays for travel. So there's a lot of things I don't have to worry about. So when I'm doing stand up by myself and I'm headlining, or I got to be my own, I got to be everything. I got to be the manager, the booker. I got to be the travel agent. I got to do it all. I got to call for hotels. I got to call. So when I do these shows with Nick, and it's all there. His agent gives me the rundown of where I'm supposed to be, where I'm going, car service. It's like it's a no-brainer. JCB and the SD. Ray traded everything for one miserably hot Las Vegas trip. What is the temperature going to be like in Las Vegas this weekend? Because it is fucking hot here in Tampa. And I've already got the air conditioning cold. Let's look it up on my little app here. It's 63 in Cleveland, Ohio. It's 97 degrees in Tampa right now. Holy shit. I just rode my bike this morning. 63 in Hawaii. Phoenix, it's 95. 73 in Cincinnati. I'm giving traffic and weather updates now. I'm like a real radio show. How do I find Vegas? Hold on. Here we go. Las Vegas, Nevada. It's 91. Dry heat. It's going to be, the high is going to be 99 degrees at 3 o'clock. Friday, it's going to be 101, guys. Have fun walking from the Grand 2 miles to Hackamania. Saturday's 99. It's going to be hot as balls. Have fun, Ray, especially when you get paid in the end for humiliating yourself. I just got a Venmo for $5. I'm not going to say the name. It says, please don't say my name. Are you able to swing a great or a few great guests for you and Kevin this Saturday? Would love to see you two blow that Hackamania stuff out of the water. Well, that's Kevin's call. I sent Kevin an email. I go, hey, I'm around this weekend. If you need somebody for the Saturday show, I'm around all week. But, you know, the reason why Kevin and I are getting along so well is I'm not really, I'm not telling him what to do with the show or what it should do. It's his show. And I go, just let me know. So contact Kevin if you want me on the show Saturday. I'll come on. I had fun that last Saturday with Mr. Kill Everything, and we were fucking with his welding job. That was fun. Thank you, Polk Grindin, for the super sticker. God damn it, Matt. Dick Fitzwell says, get Bubby on. Spawn says, Team Mudshark. Thank you. FKA Mommy says the welder's mask was hysterical. Yeah, I was going over a welder's mask. I apologize for coughing, guys. I'm not feeling well. But the show must go on. Let's go over Aaron's divorce from his first wife. I've yet to watch this. This is from today. Kiki's on this episode. She's been there for Aaron. And the rumor always has been, and I've ran with it recklessly because I don't know the actual story. I mean, I did read the divorce papers when I was in the heat of the battle with Aaron. And rumor has it that one of the reasons why they got divorced is because he was cheating on his pregnant wife. Now I'm hearing things that he possibly was cheating on her and then she got pregnant. But I always said the fact that she had to go through a divorce while being pregnant had to be awful. It had to be terrible. So he's going to explain exactly what happened. This is my first time seeing it. This is from this morning. Let's watch together.
Trying to correct the record on this, and I don't think it's ever going to get corrected.
Go ahead.
Canoe, would you ever date a man who left and cheated on his first wife while she was pregnant? Now, I had to actually put this on the record yesterday. This is embarrassing because of this has been out there. My first wife and I, and we will both tell you this story. We were getting divorced. We hooked up in the process of that divorce. It happens.
You know who I heard this from?
Who?
Probably Melty.
Yeah.
And probably you. I'm just teasing.
So
but I probably heard it from all of them.
From me.
Okay.
My wife,
Kiki, you heard it from me.
and I
Quit giving Melton all the credit.
were getting divorced. We took the kids to the playground one day to show the kids, hey, it can still be okay. Mom and dad can still take you places and get along and whatever.
This is real?
Yeah. And we went back to the house and the kids went to their rooms and played, and we went downstairs and that happened.
Okay.
And
listen,
then a month,
that's
and then
not
a month,
that big of a deal. I just thought they were making it up, but
and then a month and a half later, my now ex-wife just said to me, she texted me, it was either oh fuck or oh shit, you need to call me. And I was like, oh no. And she goes, yeah, I'm pregnant. No, she sent me a picture of the stick. And I'm like, no. Oh my God. So
Aaron says he said a lot about me. He said a lot about me. He covered me relentlessly. But let's not get it twisted, Aaron. You make the dumbest decisions ever. You're one of the dumbest guys. I mean, you're no Ray DeVito. I would never do that to you. But you make dumb decisions every single time. Every turn you're making a dumb decision, including right now. Just running your mouth nonstop about everything. Detail after detail. Well, I'm honest with my audience. I'm honest. It's cool to be honest with the audience, but you don't have to reveal every single detail. I get you want to do this right now because that's already out there. But the sex stuff and what was saying, it's like you don't have to reveal everything. The one thing I've learned about the quote unquote internet is I know how to keep things private, people in my life private that I want out there. Relationships in my life private. I mean, I guess this detail doesn't make you look as bad as what was floating around that you cheated on your pregnant wife. But still, to get your wife pregnant, or you're going through a divorce and you get your ex-wife pregnant, that's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Say whatever you want about me, but I was always smart enough never to get a girl pregnant.
Then, and thank you.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you for the $10, Mr. Panhandler. And then the two of us decided, I still don't want to make this work. It's just,
Okay, so that is very adult of you to do. You're like, all right, we'll figure it out, I guess.
Yeah.
This one's good. JCB and the SD, his youngest will love hearing that story later on. That's what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Your kid's going to be watching this. Your oops baby is going to watch this and going, oh, right, I wasn't planned? Are you serious? These kids are going to be watching all of this garbage, and it's garbage. It's nasty. It's dirty. It's gross. It's gross. I mean, I'm here for it. I mean, you've given us content for months. I mean, roll it out. Keep making these decisions. Keep talking. I mean, I know. I mean, but this is exactly this chat right here. His youngest will love hearing that story later on. I mean, that's what all his kids are going to be hearing this. His whole family's hearing it right now. Mom, dad, sister, they're all hearing it. His friends, Corey Adam.
Yeah. So
We'll
people
figure it out, whatever.
people
All
tell
right.
this story that like, oh, April's a homewrecker twice, this and that. And it's like,
And then I have heard you say that you're like, I didn't fucking cheat on her.
No.
I made a mistake. She ended up doing the noble thing. We both did. We both decided to keep the kid. And
yeah.
even
Kiki, quit trying to get along with everybody.
though, whatever, it's raised by two different children or
Two different children. Yeah.
Freudian slip, I guess.
But yeah.
Oh my
two
God.
April, yeah.
Parents.
April,
Oh my God, she said two different children. She said raised by two different children. What a fucking idiot. Oh my God, did you see that, producer Chris? She said two different children. Oh my God, she's an idiot. That would have been a WATB clip if Carl had a problem with Kiki. That would have been the clip.
April didn't come along until like 2.5 years later.
Yeah.
There was a whole long, should have been really totally fucking great adult successful relationship I had in between there. My relationship between my first marriage and April probably should be one that's still going on today. It was, I'll give you the stats on this one, Keanu, and you can go, you know, Aaron, this might have been good for you, and this would tell you a lot about yourself.
It is Girls' Day, so let's dish.
The one after my first wife, beautiful girl, but had her own thriving career, her own time throughout the day where she had to work.
She had her own YouTube channel.
And then come home, and then we would hang out. We would watch shows.
Wow. What's her number? She had her own thriving career. She would come home and watch shows. That sounds like my soulmate. I love watching shows. I love coming home.
We would watch documentaries, whatever.
Oh, and I love a girl who watches documentaries and shows and that comes home. She sounds fucking like the one.
She had one kid. I had three. And we would, and then on the weekends, we would find things to do, or, you know,
you guys would find things to do on the weekends?
Once in a while, we go to a concert, or
wait, you took a girl to a concert? This chick is awesome, dude. I mean, she's the one that got away. I mean, this girl had everything. She had everything. She came home. She watched TV. She watched documentaries. She had her own career. On weekends, they would do things, go to concerts. I mean, how did you let this one slip away? I don't get it. How did you let this one slip away?
We do this or do that, and then we'd have a very normal existence
You would do this and that and have a normal existence.
during the week full of work and kids, and I'll see you when I see you. And this was also someone who, after my first marriage, was like, you need to stop lying to yourself. I'm going to hold you accountable. When I feel you're lying to yourself, I'm going to tell you what's the truth, this, that, and the other thing. And like really like aggressive on truth telling, like really aggressive on all of that. And it got fucked up because I think it was too close to the first marriage.
So you're right. If only they could come into your life.
You let this one slip away, dude.
And also my age, doesn't look it, but my age. How
old were they? How much older?
The same age. That literally our birthdays are like 5 months apart. So, and I've said to people, I'm like, after this and this fucking disaster, I said to them, I go, you know what? That was like the most adult relationship I've ever had. And
you know what? I'm thinking.
Sounds incredible. I mean, she definitely got it. I mean, it was, I mean, you guys know how to paint a picture of how great that thing was, man. You guys would come home from work, watch movies, documentaries, go to concerts, everything you did with April. I mean, you fucked it up, dude. That could have been yours. That could be any girl in the world. There's not a girlfriend I've never had that didn't like watching TV, documentaries, movies, going to concerts. I mean, what are you looking for in a girl? I guess, if that's all you're looking for in a girl, you're going to be okay. I just want a girl I can settle down with, who comes home. That's important. They got to come home and watch TV, documentaries. On weekends, we can do this or that, or go to a concert. That's what I'm looking for. Like, girls always know what they want. They got lists, good personality, nice smile, goals. And guys have, they have what they want. They got to come home, watch TV, go to concerts, and do this and that. You too could date Steel Toe. If you have that, you could date him right now. Just email him, and you could get hooked up with Aaron M. Holt right now. Oh, I'm going to fuck this name up. Carter Detention? What? Wait, Carter Dention. Whatever. Thanks for the $5. Mudshark's biggest internet enemy. It's a question for me. Mudshark's biggest internet enemy. Listen, lack of sleep, jet lag. I got a cold. Please forgive me. I'm doing my best. Mudshark's biggest internet enemy. Ray, Carl, Steel Toe, Cumia, or Chrissy and Frank. Well, let's break this down right now. Listen, I got along with Cumia very well when I used to do a show. We got along great, regardless of what he says. He just piled on like a bitch. When he saw Carl doing it, and he's just like, he jumped on. He's even admitted in the past that he fucking jumps on. He's a pile-on guy. So I don't hate Cumia. I think he's a talented guy. Obviously he's funny. I was a little disappointed when he piled on, but that's what he does, and that's fine. So I don't hate him. He's not an enemy. I know the show's called Cumia'S Cucks, but you got to look at these are all the people that were trying to suck up to Cumia. These were all his ball washers. A bunch of O&A ball washers. He created that divide between him and Opie, so everyone had to be either Team Cumia or Team Opie. I guess it's not as bad after his heart attack. I guess he's laid off Opie, but I don't consider Cumia an enemy. Ray's an idiot. I wouldn't even call Ray an enemy. Ray's a lab rat that I'm watching, and I'm doing experiments on. I'm watching a lab rat, and if a lab rat can be annoying, Like just annoy. I don't know how they can, but if Ray was an annoying rad lap and you would just fuck with him and just poke at him and just do different experiments on him and watch him react. So Ray's not even an enemy. Ray's just someone I love fucking with. And everybody does too. Not just me. Leo Gunn, Beloved Chatter, Liam. I mean, we're all fucking with him. I mean, everybody at Hackamania is going to be fucking with him. From Melton to Tukey to the fans. They're all going to be fucking with him. He doesn't understand. He really does think they're flying him out to Hackamania because they want to see a stand-up. Plus, Ray's searching for community himself. He's like Stevie Lou. He got kicked to the curb by Kevin, and he thinks if he could suck up to these guys, they'll super chat him more. And he really thinks, I know if they get to know me in person, they're going to really like me. I'm going to win them over. Carl's a cuck. He's a fucking nerd. And the more you get to know Carl and watch him, he's constantly way off on everything. His perspective sucks. No matter how much research he does, how much preparing, he's always off. He's always off. And he doesn't take a chance with the show. You know Carl's take every single time. Anytime he watches a video or says something, you know what's going to be next. You know what he's going to say. There's never a curveball. He's a guy, if I saw him in person, I just laugh and walk away. Steel Toe, listen, I know we had that weird show on Thursday, and in the beginning, he was a fucking cunt, and I stand by that. I still think he's obnoxious. I think he's a salesman. I think everything he's doing right now is great for us, bad for him. But I wouldn't even consider him an enemy. But I would, however, and I stand by this, Chrissy and Frank are my enemies. I know they don't talk about me anymore, but they started all of this. They caused me major problems in my life. When I was going through a difficult period, they piled on. They tried to get other people to pile on. Frank contacted the Cumia'S crew. He got Cumi'a involved. They tried to treat Compound Media like it's a mafia. They brought my friend Gino into this. At the time, it was a pile on. It was rough. It was rough. I was getting attacked by everybody. And it was orchestrated by Frank and Chrissy. They were the main people. And just because they backed off and they don't mention me anymore doesn't mean I forgot. Doesn't mean I'm not going to forget. You started all of it. You started it all. And you expect me to, water under the bridge. No, bitch. I'm banned from the Orlando Improv because of you. Encouraging people to contact I guess you guys were encouraging Cumia'S to contact the Bahamas to get me fired and deported. So they're the main enemies. I never met two unoriginal, not authentic people that ever came across the internet. I mean, look what they're doing to their former friends. They're just exploiting them. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you for the super chat as I do my Jordan flu game. Spawn, everybody. Thanks for the $5. Did Aaron become accustomed to hearing rhythmic slapping sounds from his wife in the next room as he looked into the mirror saying, no one does radio better? That's funny. I mean, I don't care how he tries to spin it. Thanks again. But letting your wife get fucked by another guy just because he has internet clout, it's fucking, you can act like you're the nice guy now and you learned your lesson. You're a better man. But come on. Again, another bad decision. Just like when you got your ex-wife pregnant, when you guys were going through a divorce. Just one decision after another. No, Chris Mack, you're wrong. You're completely wrong. I know exactly what happened. I have evidence in the receipts. This guy, AZ Meza Tom, what's going on? Has Chad been to therapy? Is he starting to forgive Cumia'S cuts except for Frank? I'm not forgiving them. I'm still going to clown on them and make fun of them from afar. Like, I mean, I did a show with Gino. I had a beer with Gino, and we picked up right where we left off when we lived each other. But he still sucks up to Cumia. It's embarrassing. I still think Aaron's obnoxious. I think he's a narcissist. I love when he came to that realization that he was a narcissist, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm not a narcissist anymore." Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Paul Fens. Like, who's talking about that guy? I don't even know what the fuck that guy's doing. Stephen Bull says, I wish you could forgive Cumia. I don't hate the guy. I thought it was a fucking bullshit move what he tried to do. But I'm not going to go suck his balls. I'm going to go, hey, Cumia, can I come back on the show again? I'm sorry. Never going to happen. Fuck your show. You even do a show? Anymore? Here we go. Let's go long today. Why not? Maybe go into overtime if I hit the goal.
Hi, hey, America's
Of course, Chrissy Mayer's piling on.
favorite admitted degenerate. How are you guys?
Oh, hi, Aaron. How you doing?
Hello. I go from very well to nightmare in no time flat. But how are your guys' days going?
How are you and your wife? Are you guys okay? Are you?
Oh, we're
Ashton's very behind. She's
We're not doing so good. We're going through a big situation because I got arrested because I was swinging.
Don't pay attention to this stuff anymore. I touch grass like every day now, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, you are the best of us.
Who's this bitch who doesn't want her photo on the screen?
It's going not. It's a goddamn nightmare.
I'm so
How many podcasts did Aaron do? I mean, it's like, dude, we get it.
sorry.
what prompted this conversation, by the way? Who brought this up? How did you get into this?
Well, it's an interesting. I don't know how far into the story you guys got. There was the night of cocaine and the
hand on the
night-
thigh. That's where
the
we're
night,
at.
yeah, the night. Okay, so the night before we go to Las Vegas, and I don't know what's been going on when April.
Whoa, the night before they went to Vegas. Oh, and I just remembered something. Holy shit. Holy shit. Do you guys remember they went on their yearly trip to Vegas where they got married and they brought another guy with them? You remember that? Do you guys remember that? They had another guy staying with them in the hotel room. Whoa. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. What? Oh, and we were saying how they were swinging that. Wow. They're like, why is that guy there? Are they swinging? Holy shit. I forgot about that. That's a big, oh my God. Let's run with that. Who was that guy? Why was he there? They said the swinging happened right before Vegas.
April goes hunting. Like now, the thing is, when this shit happens, you now look back at everything else and you wonder. I don't know.
Wait, serial killer saying it was Matt. Is it true? Was it Matt, really?
God damn it, Matt, you know better.
So Matt was swinging with him? I got it, Colt. Way ahead of you, Colt.
No.
You told me the other day, right, that they went on a hunting trip together, the three of them.
No,
That
April
you-
used to
right?
go
Did
to
they
their
say
land. No.
hunting? Did they do finger quotes or did they just
Yeah,
say
no.
hunting?
April would go hunting
Shut
on their
up.
land. They didn't go hunting. I mean, they barely went outside. But April would go hunting, and then there was one night that her and Kayla were trying on dresses, and they were sending pictures and everything. And April didn't come home till like 11:30, whatever. And I didn't really think anything of
Trying
it. I was like,
on dresses?
her and Kayla were trying on dresses. This
It's
is
a
You mean
euphemism.
shopping?
do we really need to put more doubt into my head? I mean, do we
Hold
really-
on, there's shopping, which is normal.
No, no.
Hey, Aaron, Don't you know Chrissy Mayer is the female Howard Stern from the 90s? She's a shock jock. Let her do her thing and exploit this.
No, not shopping. They're in Kayla's closet trying on her
Oh, are
dress.
they the same size and they're like changing, like swapping clothes and shit?
Yeah,
Like,
it sounds like a
all
way
right.
to get April to take her clothes off.
Disrobed.
Thank you, Keanu.
You're welcome.
So,
Yeah.
and then
Keanu and Lila and I have all been friends. Have we ever just swapped clothing?
Well,
Thank
you
you.
could swap clothing like you swap husbands, apparently.
Actually, no.
I
Keanu did give me that pink. Keanu gave me that pink bathing suit. I wore it on my.
Lila has a bathing suit of
Ugh. Imagine going on this podcast with fucking 5, sometimes 8 broads.
I have an
orange
bikini.
Yeah,
Alright,
I give every.
Ooh, I want to see Lila Hart in a bikini. Anybody? Anybody else? Just me? Anybody want to see Lila Hart in a bikini? Let's get those photos on OnlyFans.
Everyone
Yeah,
my
right.
clothes, but I don't say,
Right.
"Hey, try this on in front of me." Right? I just bring an inordinate amount of clothes and something for everyone, but I don't say disrobe now. Like,
so the goddamn, it's hard to know where you guys are in the thing, but anyway,
Say it.
we were basically
no. It's weird listening to myself tell it. I'll
we're
just tell it
basically
again.
at the part where you were explaining when that show where April said, "Well, you don't make me come every time," and then the internet was
Did what they did.
Oh, okay.
Look at Chrissy laughing. She loves this.
So we're not at the time where we were all hanging out in my bed.
No, we're not at that. But
Okay, I
but,
thought we were at that.
yeah.
So you want to know how this started? Well, we met at the comedy show, obviously, and then we hung
It's
out.
all
a few
my
times.
fault, Aaron.
It
Yep.
really is. And we go and
It is actually technically, if you really want to, Chrissy invited Nick Rekieta to that comedy show, and that's when they met, and that's when Aaron fell in love with his viewers and his subscribers, and April saw the money, and they saw that they did coke, so that's where it all happened. It really is her fault. It really is technically, if you want to get technical.
hang out with him a couple of times. And for all I know, the night before we left for Las Vegas in early December.
Hey,
was the
Decline
first time
House, what are you talking about? You don't think that deformed woman's hot? What's wrong with you? What am I, Ray, attacking women now?
April had tried cocaine. Nick had given it to her, given it to me. They were doing it. And April and Kayla start making out.
We heard that. Yeah.
Okay. And then as those two are making out, Nick runs his hand up.
We heard all this.
And we did not abide by that.
And I knock it away. I go, dude, what the fuck? And he goes, oh. And now as I look back, I'm like, that move felt a little too familiar. Like, and I'm like, was I kind of set up in a way? But anyway. So then I start doing stuff with April. He starts doing stuff with Kayla. We break. He and Kayla go into the guest room. Sorry, Keanu. April.
That was your room. That was the Bisconti suite.
Yeah.
How dare you?
We'll do new bedding. April
Sanitize it.
April and I had sex. Nick and Kayla had sex. And then.
Cool. Are your kids watching? Guess what, Aaron's kids? Guess what, Ashley LaRue? They had strangers fucking in your house. How about that? I mean, was it worth it? It's Stella B, everybody. She's been a member for 12 months.
Yeah, boy.
Watch the gross Rekieta hot tub stream with the Eimholtz. Aaron says we have April to thank for introducing me to these fine people. Don't worry, Stella. I have it queued up. We'll get there.
The next day, we're at the
Did
airport.
you ever hook up with Kayla?
Uh-oh.
Only like a million times, but it was, only we're skipping ahead.
Sounds like a happy marriage, everybody. It sounds like a happy, happy marriage. Well, guess what? I apologize, but there's someone at the front door. We'll be right back. In the meantime, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Yeah. It was my neighbor, everybody. My neighbor, Pat. Former school teacher. We love Pat here. She's been my neighbor for 3.5 years. Shout out to Pat. She picks up my packages when I'm on the road. Gotta have a good neighbor. State Farm is here. All my neighbors are great. I love all my neighbors. Actually, when the people were calling the police on me, we all got together and we're like, the police came. We're like, yeah, none of us are calling the police on Chad. I got great neighbors. State Farm is here. What did I miss? Oh, since I was gone, the client host who's been a member for 11 months says, rest in peace, Saint Ranger. Is he no longer with us either? God, we lost everybody this year. We lost everybody. That's terrible. Terrible news.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
you'll
sorry.
get there, Ashton. Put
You're
your legs up on
ruining the
table.
story.
We'll get there. And then, yeah, the weirdest thing, like I said, you just kind of keep playing things back in your head and wondering what the fuck.
I didn't realize this was happening at your house. So yes, because I was going, I'm like, it's their house. Where's the
So
children?
Kayla comes into our room naked and starts just showing me pictures of her family.
Oh, I thought she was clothes
As
showing
I'm-
you pictures of her
as I'm-
family.
I mean, Aaron's just putting it all out there. Dick Fitzwill, $1.99 says, who's watching the V baby? I know. It seems, Chrissy, ever since she's had this baby that looks just like Anthony Cumia, like she's constantly live streaming and you never hear the baby crying. There's podcast after podcast. Like, who's taking care of this baby? Because Frank's always producing the show. So it's got to be Frank's parents. But she's never around that baby. Good fucking super chat. You're 100% right. Don't be a mom for once. Johnny Payton says, did she ask why you got a black beanie in 1992? Heat. Oh, he's talking about my neighbor, Pat. No, I didn't bring it up, but it's hot as balls out there. It's cold in here. I got the AC on at 65. That's probably why I'm coughing and I don't feel good. I'm sweating, like cold sweat. Yeah, boy. But good question.
As I'm lying in the bed, oh shit, was she clothes? She was topless. She had clothes on in the bottom. So she's showing
Wait,
me
how
pictures.
confusing for your penis to be topless and then family photos.
Yes.
Well,
I
so
would
this
say
is-
that's very strange. It makes the whole situation weird. She's showing you pictures of her children
They're
and she's naked.
Ashton,
they're
Ashton,
people that act like this is normal, right?
Ashton, let me just say, buckle up, sweetheart.
What the
so-
hell? Who just sits there naked looking?
I don't know all the details because I haven't watched this. So this is all coming out for me. If you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Photos of their children.
And at this point,
They're
you guys
in
are
wild
neutral.
animals.
Not her
Yeah.
children. Not her children. These were like, this doesn't make it any better, but like brothers and sisters and stuff. She was
Oh.
explaining like, her family.
Oh God.
It does-
Jesus Christ. Heaven Almighty. Help us.
Jesus,
Hi,
Jesus
Aaron.
Christ.
Would you like to see my tits and a picture of my brother?
Jesus Christ had
My
nothing
brother
to
has
do
a
with
lazy
this.
eye.
Didn't Chrissy used to have April on this Simcast all the time? Wasn't she a personality on the Simcast? And now they're just talking shit.
I used to come on the Simcast, but I don't gotta come on anymore because the internet's mean. Internet ruined my life. My life.
And I have a lazy thigh.
So on Thursday or Wednesday or whatever, as April and I are in the airport, April keeps talking about what happened the night before. And I'm kind of rattled by it because I'm like, I didn't really know what the fuck kind of happened. This seems a little like I knew the Rekieta's reputation with the swinging and everything. And I was kind of just thinking, like, I think that's where they're trying to go with this. And we're in April and I are at the airport and she's just like, you're distant. What's going on? And I'm like, nothing. I'm fine. I'm excited for the trip, so on and so forth. She keeps wanting to talk about the night before. I'm like, yeah, it was fun. It was great. Whatever. This goes on until like Friday morning. Finally, I have a talk with April, and I'm like, look, I can tell that that we enjoyed that very much. Whatever. I go, I proposed the idea. April was very quick to acquiesce and say yes.
So you started it. You started it. By the way, back in the day when we were at our feud and I said I was going to fuck April, I could have. I had no idea I could have. Who knew? If Nick Rekieta can bang her, that guy looks like a fucking child molester. I could have. Holy shit! I could have groomed her. Who knew? Who knew? I knew. So again, another bad decision by Aaron. Another one. He set up the swap because the Rekietas were coming on. So there was just another one of his many, many bad decisions, like him telling this story online. Decline host, the groom shark. RP, Baldo and the mud shark. AZ, Nookie alert for the shark. Gino groom Kiki. Whoa. One grooming at a time.
And then the first time we talked to the Rekietas about it, this should have been a red flag for me. As soon as we text Nick and Kayla about it, they go, hey, can you guys download this encrypted app called Signal and then contact us on that? And
So you didn't already have Signal?
No.
Okay.
And so I went, got Signal, and then we were talking throughout the Las Vegas vacation. And then when we got back,
why would you need to download a weird app to talk to
Right.
them?
Well, Signal's not weird. It's just
Seems
so much so
odd.
your stuff's not tracked by the government as much. But the thing is, there is an option where you can
It is.
have.
How's Anonymous know so much about this app? By the way, the bigger the super chat, the more we could block out of Lila Hart. I'm just giving you guys heads up. We could, if you send a big super chat, we could block her out completely, and I could leave it up. Bill from Jersey, $5. Who knew that when April asked if you had good dick, she really wanted to know? I remember that, guys. I played it over and over and over again. April says to her husband, do you think Chad has good dick? Wow. Wow. Wowza.
Yowza.
Swinging
Messages
isn't,
erased.
the government doesn't care about swinging.
it's not like
Right.
it's not like we're gonna swing and then kill the.
Look at Hunter
Right, but
Biden.
that's what I'm
He's been
saying,
doing
is, like,
all
why
matter
not-
of things.
Why
It's
not
very
have- why
free
not
love.
talk over
Yeah.
Snapchat? Why not talk over like something that's
Why
designed
not
where the
talk over to your
messages?
friends over text?
Yeah.
Because
Right, but
something
what I'm saying is,
nefarious
if they
might have
wanted
been
an
going
app
on.
where the messages
Why not?
disappear, why choose Signal of all things?
Why not just fuck your own spouse? Look, there's a lot of questions I
There's
could
a
have
lot,
asked.
yeah,
that would
that's
stop
the
me
main
from
question.
where I'm at now.
All
Yeah.
right, keep going, Aaron.
So then it's just there's a lot of hangouts and stuff where Kayla and I start getting closer. Nothing's gotten to like sex yet, but like getting closer.
More and more family
getting to know
members.
each other. I start
Yeah, more
seeing
and more
third
pictures.
cousins once removed, and I'm just like, this is a lot.
I mean, Aaron is giving out every detail, like everything. This is regardless of feelings, or I mean, this is going to get brought up in some sort of legal situation, right? I'm not a legal expert, but if there's some sort of slander lawsuit, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, April just comes off like a dummy. So who knows? Hit the like button, everybody. Hit the like button. Use the promo code something, RockB. Ring the bell. Stay hydrated.
You've
Um,
seen the whole family tree at this point.
Yeah, and then eventually it just got into the sexual part, and then Kayla and I got very, very close.
Why didn't you talk about this on MLC when Kevin played you upwards to $1,000 to come on? Why wasn't this said on MLC? Why are you doing it for free on Chrissy's podcast? Knowing what Kevin paid me, he definitely paid him close to $1,000, if not more, to come on the show. And you're saving all this shit. Michaela says he's lying. The client host says promo code 200 pounds. That's funny. Magic B-ball, 8-ball. Will there be a hype train today? I'll tell you what. If we get a couple gifted memberships in here, we'll do a hype train. You know, I ain't going to do hype train sick on lack of sleep and jet lag. Hype train is serious shit. So let's go. Open up those tabs, accept gifted memberships. Let's go.
All of this, by the way, is degenerate and horrible, and I'm not a good person for this, and I should have known better, done better, whatever. But for the sake of telling the story, shit just got weird.
Well, guess what, Aaron? Because you released all these sexual details about your swinging, congratulations. You just won yourself a spot on the wet spot. That's right. Every Monday on Compound Media. Go there. Wet spot. Get a subscription. You're going to want to subscribe to Compound Media to see Chrissy, Gino, and Anthony. Anthony doing a show 3 days a week for maybe an hour and a half. Oh, do you guys want breaking news? Do you guys want breaking news? Clip it, Bex. My lost interest. I might hold on to this one. Citizen M wants a membership. He loves me. It depends. Citizen M is one of the most bipolar chatters I've ever seen. And I mean that with love. T-Gun says yes. FKA Mammy says yep. Jack Staff needs a membership. Is the real or fake Citizen M? Who knows? Could be me. It could be me. That could be me messaging me. Mr. Farty says, tell us. I don't know, man. I might hold on to it. But I got some very, very, very credible information from a very, very, very reliable source about something. I'm sitting on it.
Nick and April would do cocaine pretty much every day by late January or so. Kayla would do it.
Whoa. Did he say every day? Let's back that up. Every day. He said every day, right?
Shit just got weird. Nick and April would do cocaine pretty much every day by late January.
Wow. She became a cokehead. Whoa, I didn't know she was a coke whore. Every day.
I like cocaine. Cocaine's my favorite. Nick gives me cocaine. You don't give me cocaine. I don't have to go for cocaine.
Wow. All I had to do was get her coke. Ever do coke? April, you should have come down to Tampa, man. There's coke everywhere. There's a fucking 9 strip clubs on Dale Mabry about a half mile from my house. April, we could have did. I don't do blow, but I could have got you blow. Could have had threesomes, all kinds of stuff. You fucked up. And yes, to answer the question, I have good dick. Rack me. I'm going to need that sound drop again, Dr. Chow. I lost it.
or so. Kayla would do it relatively regularly. I probably did it 3 times tops after that first encounter.
3 times tops after that encounter, in case my ex-wife's watching and my kids are watching and my lawyer's watching and Ashley's lawyer's watching and Ashley's parents are watching as Ashley's husband's watching. Just 3 times. And I've admitted to it. Not every day. Not every day like April and Nick. Not every day. Not a lot like Kayla. 3 times. 3 times.
And it just went, it was like just a boulder rolling downhill. It was just Kayla, it just became more time with Kayla, less time with my wife. April and I would fight about drugs. Every time I would tell her, look,
less time with April, more time with Kayla. That is freak show. What a freak show. Hey, we got a new member. That's what I love. Boner time. D7876 is a new member, everybody. Welcome them to the club. We're getting closer. We might hit the goal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal. You're a new member. I love it.
Really don't like you doing this. I think the cocaine should stop. You're just jealous that I have more fun with our friends and you don't.
Whoa.
Do you know what's hiding underneath your tile roof? All this debris.
Someone should buy ad blocker with. Not after my dental bills. It's not happening. It's not happening. Dental insurance sucks. My dental insurance blows. G-Rob, member for 13 months. Thank you, G-Rob. She's also your moderator. Break the news before someone else does. Please, please, please. No one else is going to. Trust me. I mean, they're going to do so eventually. But I got it quickly, and I have it. I almost wanted to wait to break the news, but Dominic Sin, this is great. You didn't have to super chat it. I agree.
Because it's fun and you're just being a monster, and then we'd fight about, then other shit would come up, and I don't even know what we're fighting about anymore. You're yelling at each other. It's a disaster. Swinging continues. It wasn't even swinging at this point. It was just full-blown wife. I mean, it was just swapping spouses because.
Wow. I didn't know all of that. I really didn't know they were just fucking each other's wives. Wasn't even.
I was tired of fighting with April, and Kayla was always just so sweet to me and nice to me and everything else.
Why were you tired of me?
Then again,
why did you get tired of me? Why did you get tired of me? Yeah, come on.
You remember when he was saying the other day, she's so amazing. And when he broke down crying on Alex Stein show, she's amazing, man. She's unbelievable. She's so unbelievable that I was fucking my friend's wife instead of her. She's just such a strong woman. She's unbelievable, man. She's great. You can drink with her, go to football games, everything you want in a woman. The only thing she didn't do was come home, watch movies, documentaries, and on weekends do this and that and go to concerts. That's what I wanted. That's what I missed out on. But April, she loved getting drunk and going to football, watching football. I didn't know all this. This is fucking nasty, dirty, filthy, gross.
I keep thinking about this. I'm ignoring the fact that these people are doing cocaine in a house with 5 children in it, and I'm a part of it, and I'm not doing anything to stop it.
Did Aaron's conscience really get to him, or did she have something to say? Huh? When the kids go to mommy and they're like, you know what? We don't want to hang out with April because she's weird and she's always rubbing her nose. I have a feeling it wasn't your conscience. I feel it was her going, what the fuck is going on, dude? What the fuck is going on with you and your new wife? What is going on over there? Why are our kids saying shit?
And yet I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, I'm the good guy because I'm not doing what they're doing. But yet I'm the sober one. I'm not putting
Who
a
puts
stop
the
to it.
kids to bed in this situation?
Aaron makes some
No,
spaghettios and shit.
I made him
probably.
SpaghettiOs a couple of times.
Yeah,
Spaghettios
you shouldn't
and then
make
you
anyone's
their
children
mom?
spaghettios.
Like, how does that work?
What's that?
You make them SpaghettiOs and then you go fuck their mom? Like, how does that work?
He didn't say he was perfect, Chrissy.
I will say this.
Wow, Chrissy, what a shock jock. As a new mother, a brand new mother, what a shocking thing to say.
I don't think there was any. I don't know. I'm not.
I know.
The point is, holy shit, Jesus Christ.
You know what it sounds like to me is that like there was a moment where you consented to something and you thought you were comfortable with something, but clearly you weren't, but you didn't want to stop because you wanted to make your wife happy.
Oh, quite the opposite, Ashton. I fell in love with this other woman.
Oh,
Like, I legit fell in love with her.
Wow. April's great. What a great wife. I loved her. I loved her. I loved her. What a great wife. She's the best. Meanwhile, I fell in love with another woman. Hilarious. I love it.
oh,
She would say things like, "You're my." Like, we'd be in bed, and this woman. We'd be in bed, and this woman would go, "I think you're my soulmate," and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Good dick will
What?
do that to you.
Did you
Yeah,
feel like
fuck
she was
that
your
internet.
soulmate, Aaron?
What's that?
Did you feel like she was your soulmate?
Dramatic
At the-
pause.
At the time,
What about your whole mate?
Ah, Chrissy, when's your next tour day? That was hilarious. I mean, who doesn't want to trade in a younger woman for an older woman with a blown out box because she had 5 kids? Anyways, I just got a message. I'm not going to tell you, from one of my sources. It says, if you look at the Simcast in December of 2022, April's on with Nick, who mentioned a hot tub and got a reaction from April. And then April tells Nick to DM her and gives her contact information. Nick says, DM sent. I think them not meeting until the following October is highly suspect. The episode is Simcast 54. It's got April. It's got Nick. Simcast 54. I wish there was a timestamp. I will find that. Good investigation, my friend. And again, we will keep you anonymous. Holy shit. I'm getting a lot of nice messages. I just got a nice message from Jeremy. I got another Venmo. Thank you very much. This Venmo is for Rick saying, keep up the good work, Shark. That works to the goal. That works to the goal. All right, let's watch some of this dirt.
Yeah.
At the time, it was so hard to watch what cocaine was doing
Cocaine
to the woman I used to love, that this person being good to me and expressing, Kayla was the one who expressed a want to be done with all of it and to get rid of the drugs and everything else. And I'm going over a lot of the lore here. I'm skipping a lot, but just for the swinging stuff,
I only told every detail, but I'm skipping a lot. I told you technically everything that happened, but I'm skipping a lot.
Talk to somebody who wanted to be done with all of it and hope that maybe you could help them. Especially towards the end when I knew I had to get the fuck out of there, and that it was just starting to be drama to drama, disaster to disaster. When people are high on coke, everything is just fucking high school level of drama constantly, and you just can't communicate with anybody.
They feel invincible, and then once you got out of it too, you would keep in contact with her to check on April too.
I
right?
would, and I thought if I could help Kayla, then Kayla could help me help April. That was kind of my grand plan. Nick was always someone that if you questioned his usage, he'd come up with a WebMD thing that he'd researched. And trust me, you don't understand how it works.
This whole situation you agreed to, like everyone agreed to this. Then why the hell is it being talked about? Like, y'all were involved in this. Y'all agreed to it.
Well, it fell the fuck apart.
Yeah.
It was a disaster. It ended up being real. Well,
Ashton
just got arrested. Yeah.
Do a quick Google search of Nick Rekieta, and
I think y'all need therapy. It's done me wonders.
Oh, Ashton, I'm in therapy currently. Yes, it's wonderful. It is very
Show is
good.
therapy.
Yeah.
It's,
And Aaron, I mean, when you got out of there, sort of, you started going to Al-Anon meetings and trying, and I think that's really helped you. But you also have a show.
Sorry. I had to get it together. That swinging story just took it all out of me. It's never going to be the same. The goal, the hype train, Shaka, the donation plate, it's all gone. It's over. Stephen M says we can save April. No, we can't. I still think April seems like a cool hang. Well, Heron says, I don't even feel like the hype train anymore. I mean, you can't do it now. It's too emotional. Oh, no. Is that April's mom in that photo? I think it is. She's crying. Everyone's crying. We're all sad. It's just over. Fuck, man. Fuck. You know what? I can't just abandon you, even though I'm jet lagged. I haven't slept well. I have a cold. We can't leave on a low note. We can't. God damn it, Matt. We can't. So we're gonna have to do it. All aboard! It's the hype train. Let's go. Yeah. Aaron, you lost your wife and your hype train to this guy. Butt Shark. Woo! Let's go. I want to do it. Let's go. Carl and his mom wife are on the hype train. Let's go. Hype train. Let's go. I know how to switch gears. It's an ape train. We're running a hype train on April, everybody. We're going to run a hype train on April.
Don't run the hype train. No hype train. No, don't run the hype train on me. No.
Oh. Wow. Hype train. Let's go. But this time I want to bring on to the hype train. You know them. You love them. Let's go. I got you guys. We're doing it. Oh, we're doing it. Let's bring on a masturbating Nick Rekieta to the hype train. FK Mammy. Chris Mack is the engine, and the Doodle is the caboose on the hype train. Breaking news time after the hype train, toots. Doodle's on the hype train. Let's watch Nick Rekieta masturbate. Yeah! Jerking off on the hype train. We're jerking off on the hype train. Get it, get it. Let's go, Nick. Rub it out. What up? Doodle's on the hype train. It's a crackhead hype train. Let's go. Hype train. My first cocaine hype train. Whoa! Planet Fistman Judgment Zone free train. Wait, free zone hype train. Planet Fistman's Judgment free. Let's go, Nick. Get it out. Blow a load. Let's go. Let's go, Nick. Climax on the hype train. That was fun. Hype train. It's snowing on the hype train. That's hilarious. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous stream. I got to make up for it. I got to make up. Dominic says Chrissy surrounds herself with trash. Come on. Why would you say that? Come on. Why would you say she surrounds herself with trash? You're better than that. Let's go. Y'all need church. Driving that train, high on cocaine. There you go, movie star fingernails. That's good. Heartless Romantic says Melton's skinny jeans are in the hype train. Get to see those skinny jeans this weekend, everybody. If you're going to be at Hackamania, please take a picture of Melton's back. He'll be standing around a lot. He'll be outside smoking cigarettes and weed. Just go up and take a quick little snapshot of his hunchback. Let's all get a look at the hunchback, everybody. The Hunchback of Vegas. Tell me how great the show is. Oh, the one thing I can't wait for, and I got to be honest with you, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of video from Hackamania. I can't wait for the Ray DeVito podcast, the live podcast. I'm going to cover that like a motherfucker. If anybody bought that pay-per-view, I don't know why you would, but if you do, please get me a copy of Ray DeVito's live podcast. I want to see Ray DeVito do a live podcast. I want to see him struggle, and I want to see him get fucking trolled. That would be the only reason to go to Hackamania is to watch Ray get trolled. And that's what's going to happen. So if you go to that live podcast, please videotape it. I want to see it. Apparently, Melton's made the rules. Melton and Carl made the rules. You're allowed to tape in comedy clubs. Since they played so many videos of mine where they snuck cameras in and filmed sets, Let's play by the rules in Hackamania. Let's play by the rules. What do we got here? This is more fun than catching a buzz in the locker room at Planet Fitness. Yeah, man. I mean, who wouldn't want to catch a buzz at the locker room in Planet Fitness? I belonged to a Planet Fitness when I lived in Cleveland, and I never saw people drinking in the locker room. Why is Ray always in the locker room? If I went to a Planet Fitness, I'd go in there real quick, change, and leave. Why is he always hanging out there like a creep? Shawnetta says Earl's the only draw. I mean, that's the only reason I go see. If you want to see like a legitimate guy do stand up and tell jokes, yeah. I mean, is it worth $300? I don't think so. By the way, anybody buying those VIP passes and all that, you're so dumb. You can meet those guys anywhere. They're literally going to be hanging out everywhere. Why waste your money? Imagine a flight there is what 300, something like that. Staying at the Grand's like 100 something. Now you're spending $300 to meet Pat Dixon and Ray. I'm sorry. That's a bad show. I don't give a fuck how you twist it. You can justify it however you want. I'm right. You're wrong. And when I did the show with Gino and AC, it was $30. And it wasn't like a weekend event. There wasn't lanyards. I mean, granted, we had our technical problems, but I don't feel bad charging the fans $30 to hang out because we all hung out. John was there. We didn't charge for a meet and greet. We hung out all night. We drank all night. We did the show, obviously had our technical issues. But I don't feel bad because everyone said they had a good time. Like Mario Moverstar Fingernails and a bunch of people that were there, Flimsy Greenberg. So this is a whole event. Shawnetta says I'll probably get the online stuff. Going to be a shit show. Spawn knows what he's doing. Let's get to it. What did we learn? I just broke out a 2-hour program and I didn't really have anything planned and I wasn't feeling well. But I'm good, baby. Thank you so much. Oh yeah. Feel it. What did we learn? We learned Chrissy still has a smile that sets 4 to 5 inches too far to the left. Will Cumia'S kids suffer the same disfigurement? Ooh. I don't know. But I did see the gums. What did we learn? You tell me, Doodle, what did we learn? We learned that Spawn's got to run. He's going to be late, Mudshark. Great show today. Thank you. We learned Melton has a fat back. We learned that Shawnetta met Norton at Side Splitters and he was cool. $65 meet and greet this time. Okay. We learned that Chrissy's baby's missing in action. We learned the chat is constantly funnier than the host. I would agree. We learned Ray still doesn't have a guest booked for his live podcast in Vegas. You literally have a live event and you don't have a podcast guest booked. I guess you can't send a link to Quadfather when you're in Vegas. We learned that Ray does not know how to get to the airport. We learned Kiwi Farms has already raised $5,000 towards the body cam. Whoa, I learned that. What the fuck? I don't know who Kiwi Farms is, but I just learned that. We learned Mammy went to confession on Monday and she still is a sinner. Wow. We learned Chrissy's baby came out of the JJ wearing a headband. Whoa! We learned Chad has breaking news. He's teasing. I still have it. Don't worry. I might do it tomorrow. I might do it tomorrow. We learn Mud Sharks always win. G-Rob, I might do the breaking news tomorrow. The super chats were low today. I didn't want to waste breaking news on a low day, especially when you're sitting on gold like I'm sitting on. Tune in to Kevin Brennan's podcast today at 4. I don't know if I'll be on it. I don't think I'll be on it, but I think Bichetti's on, if I'm not mistaken, and Liam, who trolls Ray, and I respect that. Completely respect anybody that fucks with Ray. Big Black says Chad is spending $20 for a Hackamania stream. Never. He won't be getting a fucking dime from me. You're dumb. Stella B says, let's do members only later. Maybe. Let me get some rest and some food, and we'll think about it. Thanks everyone that stuck around today. I do appreciate it, and all the memberships and the Venmos. It's much appreciated. You guys are great. I still got stuff to get to, so we'll do something tomorrow. Mondays with Mazer will be pre-taped for Patreon. And that's a wrap. Let's count the votes and bring home the troops.